and welcome to another Talking Out Cloud, the leadership chat series brought to you by SourceFuse. And today we're focusing on the topic of technology roadmap prioritization, or TRP, what it is, balancing short-term versus long-term goals in a roadmap, and how a TRP plays a crucial role for helping organizations accelerate their initiatives on their cloud journey. My name is Liz Grint, Marketing Manager here at SourceFuse. And if you're not familiar with SourceFuse, we have more than 17 years experience and expertise transforming enterprises through our bespoke, secure and scalable cloud solutions, committed to digital innovation, service excellence, and of course, customer success. We're also proud to be an AWS Advanced Consulting Partner. And with that in mind, I'm really pleased to be joined today by Rajesh Pichaimani, Solutions Architect at AWS, who is also a TRP subject matter expert. Welcome, Rajesh. Perhaps to kick things off, could you tell us a bit about your background and experience, especially when it comes to TRP?
Sure, Liz. My name is Rajesh Pichaimani, and I'm a solutions architect at AWS. I have 20 plus years of IT experience. The most recent 3 years has been in cloud computing. Prior to this role, I have helped customers in setting up the infrastructure from the ground up, meaning establishing connectivity between the on-premises and the cloud, setting up the networking and the security elements in place, and I have experience in application and data migration projects. In my current role, I support small, medium commercial segment customers in US Central Region, based in Austin, Texas. I've been conducting technology roadmap prioritization sessions, TRP for short, for more than 6 months. And this is for my customers in a wide range of industry verticals, ranging from fintech, retail, healthcare, SaaS, etc.
That's great. So I think the best place to start would be, perhaps you could tell us, what is technology roadmap prioritization and why TRP is crucial for tech companies?
Technology roadmap prioritization, as what we famously call as TRP, it's an exercise where we meet with our customers to get to know about their various initiatives, both the short term and the long term, in the span of 2 to 3 years horizon. We not only meet with the IT team, we meet or try to meet with all the other stakeholders. For example, executives from sales, marketing, finance, engineering, etc. We use a working backwards approach to understand what those initiatives are, understand the timelines, criticality, etc. Who needs to be involved, budget, and all of those things. We then place those initiatives in a visual 3x3 grid, so both the customer and the AWS team can visually see where it lands on the map. After this, we gain the knowledge of those objectives. We then work together to bring in the right AWS resources, both internally and externally. And why are we doing this? This is to help our customers achieve and accelerate the time to market. We provide the AWS products, usage, and the prices as we all discuss with partners from both the consulting point of view and the marketplace to help them save money. The primary goal of this exercise is to ensure customers' long-term success. Customers walk away from this exercise with a prioritized list of initiatives and the visual view of its placement that are aligned with all the stakeholders from within the organization.
Wow, so it sounds like a very thorough exercise with a lot of people involved. And when you've been doing these, what are some of the common challenges or roadblocks that you've seen organizations face when it comes to prioritizing their technology roadmaps, and how can they overcome them?
That's a very important question. Thanks for bringing this up, Liz. One of the common challenges that the customers face is unspoken disagreements between various stakeholders from within the organization. Because of this, most digital transformation initiatives do not go beyond the proof of concept stage and stalls there. And this is where the TRP brings in value. This 60-minute activity with the key stakeholders helps them to come to a consensus that aligns with the overall company's vision. The second challenge that we are also seeing is the budget, both from the allocation perspective and in some cases, the visibility as well. Many of the customers use this meeting to share a very candid and open conversation, along with the underlying concerns surrounding those various initiatives. By looking at one level up, I mean at the organization level, they're able to get a totally different perspective across all the initiatives than they would have otherwise gotten from one single initiative. Through this discussion, the roadblocks are identified at the very early stages, and when the project gets kicked off, everyone is aligned from the top down.
So it really helps them keep focused and not get distracted along the way. And once you've had these initial conversations and you've been meeting with the customers to talk about the TRP activity, what would typically happen next?
This is a question that we get from our customers a lot and almost all the time. When they come in for the exercise, what is in it for me? What will happen next? They want to get a complete big picture. After the meeting with the customer on the TRP exercise, we gather the details and work on analyzing each of these initiatives in a much greater detail, identifying the key AWS services for each of them, and come up with an example scenario based on what they would be using it. Within approximately a week, we present these findings to the customer to validate our assumptions and refine them as needed. Customers have used this artifact to share it with their leadership and with the other stakeholders who have participated in this exercise. From this point, this will go to the implementation phase to the respective owners of the organization.
Thanks, Rajesh. And you mentioned right at the beginning the amount of experience you've had, not just in TRP, but broad spectrum of experience. When it comes to TRP, though, could you share some of the best practices or frameworks that you've come across for prioritizing technology initiatives that will support the companies in making the right choices?
During the TRP session, we analyze each of the initiative in 3 dimensions: strategic impact, cost complexity, and the importance. Strategic impact describes how an initiative is expected to contribute directly to the company's top line or bottom line. There may be certain initiatives that will be exposed to customers, which brings in revenue. In other cases, an initiative can bring in productivity improvements, which can translate to profitability margins. The second dimension is the cost complexity. It describes where the initiative falls in the spectrum of low to high. There may be a set of initiatives which are at the very early stage. It needs a team to be built, infrastructure to be built, and the development effort then gets underway. On the other end, there are certain initiatives which are well on their way in the development stages, but needs to be tested and launched. These are the 2 extremes fall in the scale of high to low in the cost complexity scale. The third is the importance. This dimension is to analyze the initiative's alignment to the overall goal of the organization. In addition to these dimensions on these initiatives, we also discuss the current stage of the tech stack, the challenges currently faced, the technology, the processes, etc., and how they are solved right now. Are they having workarounds or they are just letting it as it is? This information will be useful in the further discussions when we come to the solutioning.
Okay, so that really does sound structured. Now, some organizations might have some short-term goals, or they might have a longer-term vision. So when you're prioritizing the strategies or activities, how do you recommend balancing the two, things that need to happen now, but something for the long term?
Short-term initiatives are the ones that can bring in quick wins in terms of the impact and not relying on huge investments. While this is going on track, the key recommendation we have is to have the strategic initiatives broken down into smaller deliverables, which can be achieved in sprints. These initiatives should run in parallel with the short-term initiatives. For example, if a long-term initiative is to launch a SaaS offering with a completely revamped architecture, there may be several moving parts that has dependencies on the technology, processes, etc. Having them broken down into sizable chunks and addressed into multiple sprints help the customers stay on track with their long-term initiatives while still achieving the short-term ones as well.
Yeah, bite-sized activities, a bit like SMART goals. I'm sure a lot of people have heard about. So lastly, Rajesh, how can customers benefit from the combined support of AWS and its advanced consulting partners like ourselves?
We scale our initiatives through partners like SourceFuse on all of them, and this one is no different, right? By having this TRP exercise done at the very early stages of the discussion with the SourceFuse team of solution architects, customers benefit by having access to various resources, the technology enablement programs, access to specialists, identifying the right funding programs, and many, many more. All the players will have identical information right from the beginning to help the customers to be highly successful in their digital transformation journey.
Well, thank you so much, Rajesh, for joining me today and sharing your insights and valuable knowledge on TRPs. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz, for having me here. And once again, thanks for the leadership team for this opportunity. Thank you.
You're welcome. And thanks as well to our audience for watching. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Join us again soon when we'll be back with another Talking Out Cloud with SourceFuse.